What's in a question? The objective of this module. Here's what you're going to learn. You will be able to restate a word problem in your own words by doing the following. First, you will use information from the problem and explain that problem. Then, you will find the question in the problem. Last, you will rewrite the question as a sentence with a blank to show where the answer will go. Here's an example of what the objectives are telling you. Mary had 8 cupcakes. She gave 3 cupcakes to her friends. How many cupcakes does she have left? She had 8 cupcakes and gave 3 away. That is the explanation of the problem. Do you understand what the problem is telling you? Next, we must identify the question. How many cupcakes does she have left? Knowing the information in the problem and the question in the problem helps us know how to solve the problem. Then we're going to convert the question into a sentence with a blank for the answer. Mary had blank cupcakes left. We reworded the question to make a sentence to help guide our process in solving the problem. So let's learn about it. Look at this word problem. Susie was watching birds in her backyard. She counted 8 birds in the tree. Then 3 more birds flew into the tree. How many birds does Susie see now? First, you must understand what the problem is telling you. So we're going to retell the word problem by explaining the important parts. First, Susie counted 8 birds in the tree. Then she saw 3 more birds that flew into the tree. So that's the important information in the problem. The next thing we want to know is where is the question in the problem. The question is, how many birds does Susie see now? Now that I have the information in the problem and I found the question, I can write a sentence to show how I'm going to solve the problem. I'm going to do that by rewording the question with a sentence as a blank. The new sentence would be, Susie sees blank birds in the tree now. You want your sentence to be specific, referencing back to the question, so that you have a focus for your problem-solving efforts. Notice how the sentence explains that Susie sees a certain number of birds in the tree, which accounts for the birds she already saw and the birds that flew into the tree later. Let's try another one. Listen to this word problem. Mark loves to collect rocks. He had 9 rocks in his collection. On a trip, he found 6 more rocks. How many rocks are in Mark's collection now? Just like before, we want to explain the word problem by using the information in the problem. First, we know that Mark had 9 rocks in his collection. Next, he found 6 more on a trip. Now, we know the information in the problem. Where is the question? The question is, how many rocks are in Mark's collection now? Using the information I read in the problem and the question, I can write a sentence that's going to show me how to solve the problem. We're going to change this question to a sentence with a blank for the answer. We're going to say, Mark has blank rocks in his collection. When we use that sentence, we are accounting for the information that was given in the problem. He had some rocks, and he got some more rocks. Let's look at another problem. Sal had 15 cookies in his book bag. He gave some cookies away at lunch. He has 6 left. How many cookies did Sal give away? This problem is a little different from the other problems, but we can still do the same thing. We're looking for the information that was given in the problem. We want to understand what the problem is asking, and then write a sentence to show that we can solve the problem. The first piece of information we are given is that Sal had 15 cookies. Next, we learn that he gave some away at lunch. We don't know how many, but we know that he gave some away. Then the information we are given is that he has 6 cookies left after giving some away. The question is, how many cookies did Sal give away? When we put all the information together and look at the question, we understand that he had some cookies, he gave some away, and was left with 6. The question was that how many cookies did he give away? So we can use the information in the problem and the question to solve the problem. By turning the question into a sentence with a blank for the answer, we can keep our focus on the purpose of the problem. If we turn the question into a sentence, we will get a sentence much like the following. Sal gave blank cookies away. Let's look at another kind of problem where we can use the same process. Mary and Jack are in the same class. Mary read 7 books this week. Jack read 5 books. How many more books did Mary read than Jack? If you will notice that in this problem, it tells us that Mary and Jack are in the same class. But when we look at the entire problem, we realize that this is not important information in solving the problem. We don't need to know that they are in the same class to determine how many more books were read. So therefore, when I'm retelling the problem, I will probably exclude that information. My focus will be on the fact that, first, Mary read 7 books. Now, I'm going to remember that Jack read 5 books. The question, how many more books did Mary read than Jack, is the important question to help us solve the problem. So now we can use the information we were given and the question to write a sentence with a blank that will give us the answer, that will have a place for the answer. Remember that you want to be specific in your sentence so that we can keep our focus on the correct problem-solving method. The sentence we might use could look like this. Mary read blank more books than Jack read. Notice I definitely included the word more to help me remember that I'm comparing the books that Mary read to the books that Jack read. Now let's try to solve some together. Look at this word problem. Tom counted 8 blocks on the floor of his room. Then he found 4 more under his bed. He put all the blocks away. How many blocks did Tom put away? Look at this problem. Think about it. I will give you a few moments to think about the important information in the problem. Did you figure it out? If you said that Tom had 8 blocks on the floor as part of your information, then you're on the right track. Good job. We also need to know that he found 4 more under his bed. Did you say that? Excellent. The last thing we need to know is that he put all of the blocks he found away, the ones on the floor and the ones under the bed. So the question, how many blocks did Tom put away? Did you find the question? Good job. Let's turn the question into a sentence now. Think about this a minute. All the information you found and the question. What should the sentence look like? If you said, Tom put blank blocks away, then you got it. Good job. Let's see if you can do another one. Listen to the problem. Jan had 12 new pencils. She gave a few to her friend. Now she has 8 pencils. How many pencils did she give to her friend? Think about the problem. Find the information you can use to tell what happened in the problem. I'll give you a few moments to think about it. The first thing you should have noticed is that Jan had 12 new pencils. The next thing you should tell is that she gave some to her friend. The last piece of information in the problem is that she has 8 pencils left. The next thing to do is to find the question. Did you find the question? The question was how many pencils did she give to her friend? Now, You need to take the information in the problem and the question to explain it and write it as a sentence with a blank for the answer. Can you do it? I'll give you a few moments to think about it. Does your sentence look like my sentence? Jan gave blank pencils to her friend. If your sentence is pretty close to my sentence, then good job. Let's try again. John had 8 fish in his tank at home. For his birthday, he was given 3 new fish. After adding them to his tank, how many fish does he have now? Think about that problem. Where is the information in the problem you need to explain it? I'll give you a few moments to think about it. Did you say that he had 8 fish in his tank? Good job, you're on your way to doing it correctly. Did you also say he had 3 new fish? Good job. Now the question. How many fish does he have now? Good job. Think about the information and the question. How can we write a sentence with a blank for the answer? Make sure you are specific. Did you say John has blank fish now? If you did, good job. Let's try one more problem. Listen to the problem. Sam and Todd got new crayons. Sam had a box of 12 crayons. Todd had a box of 8 crayons. How many more crayons does Sam have than Todd? Does this problem look familiar? You're right, we did one like it in the practice section. Think about the information in the problem and where the question is. I'll give you a few moments to think about it. All right. Did you point out that Sam had a box of 12 crayons? Good job. Next, you should have said that Todd had a box of 8 crayons. Fantastic. Where's the question? Did you say the question was how many more crayons does Sam have than Todd? If you did, then give yourself a pat on the back. Good job. Now, take the information you found and the question to write a sentence with the blank as an answer. I'll give you a few moments to think. Does your sentence look like my sentence? Sam had blank more crayons than Todd. If it did, then good job. Check what you know. Let's see if you can do it. Listen to the problem. Judy and Matt were playing marbles. Judy had 8 marbles. Mark had 6. How many marbles were they playing with all together? Think about the things we've done so far. Find the information in the problem, find the question in the problem, and explain it. Then turn the question into a sentence with a blank as the answer. Below, you will find 3 choices. Which answer sentence best fits the problem I just read? A. Judy had blank marbles. B. Judy and Matt were playing with blank marbles. Or C. Matt was playing with blank marbles. I'll let you think about it a moment. The correct answer is B. Judy and Matt were playing with blank marbles. Looking back at the problem, we remember that we are told that Judy had 8 marbles and Mark had 6. The question was how many were they playing with all together. Those are the clues we needed to know that we were looking for how many marbles they were playing with together. So that makes B the best choice. Let's try another one. Don was eating fruit snacks. There were 12 fruit snacks in the pack. He had eaten 6 of them. How many fruit snacks does he have left? Look at the answer choices below. Which answer sentence best fits the problem above? A. Don has blank fruit snacks left. B. Don has blank fruit snacks altogether. Or C. Don ate blank fruit snacks. I'll give you a moment to think about it. Did you say A, Don has blank fruit snacks left? If you did, good job! That is the sentence that best fits the problem. Let's try one more. Check what you know. June had 13 cupcakes for her party. Her friends ate some. There were 4 cupcakes left after the party. How many cupcakes had her friends eaten? Which answer sentence above best fits the problem above? A. June had blank cupcakes left. B. June and her friends had blank cupcakes. Or C. June's friends had eaten blank cupcakes. I'll give you a moment to think about it. Did you say the answer was C? June's friends had eaten blank cupcakes. If you did, the answer is correct. Good job. Well done! You are ready for your first quiz. You did a fantastic job today, and if you have any questions about how to turn a question into a sentence or understanding a word problem,